Rover 800's fuel filler pipes are known to rot, and if left unattended, the dirt that accumulates on the top will end up rotting through the fuel filler neck, although as you can see they will also rot the overflow pipes here, but they could rot anywhere down the entire length of the tubes, including this part here where the metal tube goes into the rubber tube. This is another filler pipe taken off a Rover 800 in the scrapyard, and as you can see the dirt that accumulated on top ended up rotting through the tube. Now we did think that we might just replace this top section here with one of a Metro or a City Rover, but after a few minutes on eBay we found this Land Rover Discovery 3 tube. Now when we compare the two, they're similar sort of size and length, but they bend at a different angle down here, and then the Discovery one has a bend at the bottom as well. And also the overflow pipe comes out on the side here on the Rover 800, and it comes out higher up on the Disco pipe. Now by chopping it here we may be able to turn that to get that to angle better to what we need it. We may have to cut this end off too though, and also we might be able to chop this corner out to straighten the pipe at the bottom end, and then if needs be we'll reuse these two pipes here, but the overflow pipe we might have a bit of stainless steel piping that we can make that one out of. Right, we've done a rough sketch on the board for the old pipe, and then this one we've cut up, but what we'll do, we use the top one there which we'll be able to turn, and then the next one we turn round. That way we get our correct angle for the pipe. Then all we've got to do is get this one welded on as well at the right angle at the bottom, but we'll be able to double check them on the car beforehand. And after cutting the end piece, we've got the basic shape of the pipe there ready for tack welding. The stainless steel tube has now been tack welded together with the overflow tube coming out of the side. A narrow piece of stainless steel tubing has been used to create a new overflow, and if you look inside the tube, this inner tube inside that controls the direction of the overflow has been rotated so that it comes in from underneath, so that the cut-off works on the pump as it should. Now that we have the old pipes removed off the car, we can trial fit this one in place. Now that we've got the pieces of pipe tacked together and we've trial fitted it on the car, we're happy with that, and we're able to continue welding it and making the few additional brackets that it needs. The next stage has been to make some brackets, one for the filler neck and one for on the tube. We've used the old gasket drawn around it on this piece of flattened stainless steel tubing. We've also got rubber gasket, and from a piece of the flattened stainless steel we've cut out this shape, and we've used some stainless steel bolts also, which if we just put that on around there like so, we should, and indeed we can, put that on there. Now once we've decided on the angle, we'll be able to get that welded up. We've also got hold of a hose joiner, cut one in half, and that will go on the end of the overflow tube instead of using this old one. As the rear pipes were only brazed on to the old filler tube, we have had them heated up so they can now be separated, and once they are cleaned up and repainted, we will be able to attach those onto our new stainless steel filler pipe. We have now cut the old bracket off the back pipes, and we have made a stainless steel bracket which will fit in its place. We've also made a small stainless steel tab that will be welded on here. Trial fitting the pipe, we just need to put any marks on that might help the welder to weld it. Now the brackets have been tack welded on and we've trial fitted it for the last time, it can now go back to the welders, but we'll just cut one last piece for up here to fill the gap. As you can see, we have now got the filler pipe back from the welders. The flange now goes all the way around the filler neck. The overflow pipe has been welded onto the main tube. The tab has been welded in place and the different parts of the tube have been welded together. The bracket has now been welded on the back of the main pipe, and the hose connector has been welded on the end of the overflow pipe. We will have to cut a new rubber gasket now that goes all the way around. The cap has been painted black now instead of the diesel yellow that it was. We will need to paint the back pipes before we put both sets of pipes together, but we will be painting the front ones as well. The paint we'll be using will be the POR 15 Super Starter Kit, which includes the Marine Clean and the Metal Prep, and then the paint itself, the POR 15 Rust Preventative paint. Now that should give permanent rust protection, but just for good measure we'll go over the whole lot with underbody seal with added wax oil. We've just given the pipes 2 coats of the POR 15. The POR 15 has now given us the protective coating that we require, although we will still paint over this with some underbody seal. After painting the pipes with 2 coats of the POR 15, the main exposed part of the pipes has now been top coated with underbody seal, apart from the ends where the rubber hoses will go on. And then the pipes have been riveted together, and with a new gasket, rubber gasket, cut to suit, the pipes are now ready to be fitted to the car. For refitting the pipe, we've just put that loose with 1 bolt holding it in place. And then down here we've got all our Jubilee clips ready, and then we'll just smear some washing up liquid on all the pipes so that we can fit those. We'll start with the 3 of the larger pipes, and then those 2 smaller, more flexible pipes should be easier to push on afterwards. Apart from the long narrow pipe on the left, the others were difficult to push back on, including the main petrol pipe. We have folded back the tail on the clip so it doesn't come into contact with the wheel or tyre. We've now fastened up the bolt and the bolts on top, and we've fitted the fuel cap. So all that remains to do is put the petrol back in, but as you can see we've now got a fuel filler pipe in place. Bye!